Yonko, Admirals, Yonko. To most of the One Piece fans, the answer is simply Yonko. Marineford is the sole reason why people believe that the Yonko are easily above the Admirals, and at first glance, I was one of those people. But looking back at this arc, honestly, the Admirals didn't even show a 20% of their power. They didn't take anything seriously. The Yonko, the 4 strongest pirates in the One Piece world, they reside in the New World, the most ferocious sea. And they have abundance of territory. Their power is unbelievable. Their influence is spectacular. But we really haven't seen their power in action. We've seen Whitebeard, the old and sick Whitebeard. We've seen Blackbeard before he became a Yonko, but we really haven't seen the Yonko and Prime Yonkos at their full extent. The Admirals, the Marine's strongest force. The pre-time skip Admirals were all Logia users who were amazing at their haki. We had Fujitoro, the recent Admiral we've seen. He wasn't really taking anything seriously in just Rosa, and he has a Delphi which relies on gravity. The Admirals, we've seen a lot of their power during Marineford, but they weren't really going at it. I think they were going like 20%, 30%. They really weren't trying. Now, before I take a look at Marineford, I'm gonna give you guys a warning. I'm gonna say some things that a lot of people do not want to hear. The Admirals are kind of like the villains, yo. You do not want to support the Admirals, and that's the reason why a lot of people close their ears to logic and discussing this Admirals versus Yonko. But I'm gonna look at both sides of the spectrum. I'm gonna try to be unbiased as I can, and if you guys don't like what I'm saying, just go in the comment section and comment down your opinion. This is gonna be solely a discussion video. Anything I say is not 100% fact. Let's take a look at Marineford, because that was the arc where we had a Yonko and 3 Admirals. Whether the Yonko was sick and the Admirals were not trying, we still had a Yonko versus 3 Admirals. Whitebeard and his crew versus the Marines. We had matchups like Kizaru versus Marco, the 1st Division Commander, Aokiji versus Jozo, the 3rd Division Commander, and people at first were like, how are Yonko crew members attacking these Admirals? Does that mean that that's how the scale is? The Admirals are the Yonko crew member level, and then the Yonko is superior to the Admirals? But don't forget that Akainu was duking it out with Whitebeard most of the time. Kizaru even was trolling Whitebeard most of the time, and Aokiji himself even attacked Whitebeard most of the time. The division commanders were getting in the way of Kizaru and Aokiji to protect their captain. That's their boss, and that's the reason why they had those weird matchups. The Admirals were superior to the Yonko crew members, but the Yonko crew members could fight them out. And when I say Yonko crew members, I'm talking about Marco, I'm talking about Jozu. I could say Ace, maybe. Now, I mentioned that Akainu and Whitebeard were duking it out, but let's remember this. Whitebeard was old. Whitebeard was sick. And that's the crazy thing about it. Thinking about how old and sick Whitebeard was, he is the strongest man, but still, he was not in his prime, he was sick. It makes you think, the Yonkos in their prime, Shanks, Kaido, Big Mom, they should be superior to Whitebeard if you're thinking about it logically, because that's how I see it. Or you could think it as Whitebeard and old and sick is equal to the Yonkos in their prime, showing how strong Whitebeard was. If that's the case, I'm not too sure how you take it, but let's go on with this discussion. First thing I want to talk about is the Warlords. A lot of people say the Warlords were on the Marine side, giving them an advantage in the war. But let's remember this, Boa was fighting indifferent. She was attacking both Marines and pirates. On the side of Whitebeard, he got a surprising help from the man known as Jinbei, the monster, Crocodile, another monster, Ivankov, another monster. These guys are hella strong. And let's not forget Luffy. He was not as strong as the people in Marineford, the monsters there, but he was strong. Akainu versus Whitebeard. Honestly, let's discuss this fight. I had Akainu versus Whitebeard. When looking at it, rereading this arc, for some reason, I really didn't want to believe this, because I was a hardcore Whitebeard fan. I used to say that Whitebeard would destroy the Admirals, but reading the arc again, Akainu was never really flustered by Whitebeard. Whitebeard was never really flustered by Akainu, but they both looked like Akainu had the edge. I'm gonna say it's equal because I do not want to say which side I am, because I've been switching back and forth. But honestly, Akainu was in his prime. Whitebeard wasn't. Whitebeard was sick. The only time where you see Akainu get wrecked is when Whitebeard jumped him. It makes you think, what if Whitebeard and Akainu both went at it, yo? No jumping, just straight hands. Whitebeard's rage, don't get that twisted. The anime made it seem like Akainu was scared, Whitebeard came behind him and wrecked him. In the manga, it's just Whitebeard jumping Akainu and giving him no chance, and Akainu still took off half his head. It's crazy to think about, but Akainu was not even flustered after that fight. He took a beating, got up, and went against the Whitebeard pirates. It's crazy. Kizaru during the war was not even taken it seriously. You see moments of him trolling Whitebeard. He's trolling the strongest man in the world. You see moments of him joking around, taking out Marco with the help of a vice admiral because he really does not care about fairness. Kizaru was not trying in this war, even disrespecting Whitebeard, saying you have this trashed by Luffy as your vanguard. It was crazy. Aokiji during the war looked the least impressive, but looking at it again, Aokiji was not the least impressive. It's just that he took a hit from Jozu. Aokiji was the first person to attack Whitebeard in the war, showing that the Admirals are not really fearful of Whitebeard. Now let's think about it. When he got hit by Jozu, that surprise attack, he was about to attack Whitebeard. You seen the frozen ice going to Whitebeard's weapon. I forgot the name of the weapon, but Aokiji was about to attack Whitebeard, and he looks like he had to have some move against him. Jozu came out of nowhere, made him bleed, and then Jozu got distracted, and you don't get distracted fighting an Admiral, and Jozu had the repercussions. A spooky thing to think about. When Akainu got attacked by Vista and Marco, of all people, Marco was one of the most impressive people on Marineford. When he got attacked by Marco and Vista with Haki, and he took it like a champ, that's what scared me. The fact that he took on the whole Whitebeard pirates with Crocodile, that's what scares me. Akainu is heavily slept on because of the rage of what he did to Ace. But let's be unbiased and look at Akainu. During Marineford, he was the most impressive guy there. I don't care what anybody says in the comment section. The Ben Beckman situation. This has been discussed for many and many years. Ever since the situation started, the discussion was Kizaru scared of Ben Beckman? And honestly, I feel like this is easy for me because you can see Kizaru's actions. Kizaru is a guy who likes to troll. His personality, his behavior, he's never really serious. So when he said to Ben Beckman, oh, you're Ben Beckman in a little fearful way, like trying to give Ben Beckman some clout, you gotta think about it like this. Literally 1 second, maybe 10 seconds later, Kizaru goes to attack the submarine that Trafalgar Law was taking Luffy in, and Jinbei. The fact that Kizaru attacked, even Ben Beckman commented on it, he's like, oh shit, he still attacked. That shows that Kizaru was just giving him Ben Beckman, because Ben Beckman is strong. I'm not trying to say Ben Beckman is not strong, but ever since this moment happened, there's been, how can I say this, misinformation, which people believe that Kizaru was scared of Ben Beckman and thus putting Ben Beckman over Kizaru. But Kizaru still attacked, and Ben Beckman even commented on this. So how Kizaru was scared of him? That is why I see the situation as something really minor that got blown out of proportions. But let's not look at Marineford as a whole. We still haven't seen the prime Yonko. This is a Yonko versus Admirals discussion. Shanks, we see him stop the war, but that was more out of respect to Shanks. Shanks is not like fighting. You see in chapter 1, we got drinks spilled on him, and that's just respect to Shanks for Sengoku stopping the war. No more bloodshed. Fujitora at Dressrosa was not really trying to show his strength. He could have took out Doflamingo. He said it many times. He could have took out Doflamingo, saved the day, but he wanted the pirates to do it because how can he take out Doflamingo when the world government was the one to give Doflamingo that scary power? He felt like they didn't have the right to take out Doflamingo, and that's why he wanted to show an example and really help his cause in abolishing the warlord system. Fujitora was easily the strongest guy there. Luffy's words in Dressrosa, he's tired of running away from the Admirals and the Yonko. Think about it, whenever I hear about the Admirals and the Yonko, they're usually grouped, and it made me think, what if it's not Yonko level and Admiral level? What if it's just a top tier of monsters in the story? And that's how I'm seeing it lately when I'm looking at the powerhouses in One Piece. I don't really see it as Admiral level, Yonko level. To be honest, I see it as the top tiers, yo. And I have a top tier list of about 10 to 12 characters in One Piece that I have at the top of the power. The Yonko. We have the strongest female Big Mom. We have the strongest Haki user, pretty much Shanks. We have the strongest creature, Kaido. We have the guy who has the strongest Logia Devil Fruit and the strongest Paramecia Devil Fruit. I am picking the Yonkos. Now, I picked the Yonkos over the Admirals, to be honest. I just wanted to give some respect towards the Admirals because I've been seeing people sleep on them. Honestly, Akainu as the Fleet Admiral, I have him with the Yonkos. Honestly, I see it as a top tier, but if I had to pick here, I'm picking the Yonko because the majority of the Yonko, I'm choosing them. They are scary in their power. Oda hasn't shown their power for a reason, and I'm gonna go with my gut and pick the Yonkos. Though I see them in the same echelons in which they are in the top tier, I'm picking the Yonko here, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. To be honest, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you have the Yonkous superior to the Admirals by a lot? Do you have them in the same echelons, the same level? And honestly, I want to see you guys' opinion. I'll be looking in the comment section, replying to a bunch of comments. And if you have a problem with what I said in this video, just leave it down in the comment section, and I'll try to best to understand, like try to make it clear what I'm saying. This is a rambling video, and I really haven't done a rambling video on this channel from the beginning. Like, I really haven't done this. On my old channel, I used to do this, but I really haven't. And I had to give my opinion on the subject. Leave your thoughts, like I said, in the comment section. My question to you, Yonko, Admiral, who do you pick? And do you have them on the same level like me, or do you have them as the Yonkous way superior than the Admirals? Like and share if you enjoyed this video. Like and share, and subscribe for more One Piece videos. I'm the LegendMac, and I'm gone.